How can I be of further assistance?
Yeah. Why were you actually out here? Jogging, running.
I was taking my daily constitutional. I just happened to be running by when I heard a shot. I ran over and found Calder's body lying there.
Do you often run around these plains?
Yes, quite often. I generally prefer running to anything else. Can't stand speeders. A healthy body will breed a healthy mind, as I always say.
You're holding your side. Are you hurt? Is he?
Injured? No, of course not. Why would I have been? Fit as a bantha. I run. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Something with the way he's speaking doesn't add up. I want to ask you something else.
How can I be of further assistance?
Nothing more right now.
Of course, of course. Listen, if you need anything, I shall be glad to assist.
I'm sure you will be.
Is there any...
Maybe.
So, what do you want to...
Okay. Guess I gotta run through the scenarios. There's one thing. He said, what was it? The other guy there? Handon, I think. Oh, Rickard. Said that the sun was down, so he couldn't really see where he was shooting. Was it 2 or 3 hours ago? And the sun appears to be going down now, so I think that guy is BSing us. God, my eyes, man, I shouldn't be doing this. Just for you guys, and for me as a hobby to do every Sunday. Bolook.
Hakupa Chekopa? Gino Mulera Kenpaija Kislimu Poduama?
I want to discuss the murder. Very well. We should start at the beginning. If we find the truth behind each piece of the puzzle, we will no doubt resolve the case. Handon said that he was nearby and heard a shot and ran over, only to find KotOR already dead. He said Rickard came out of the shadow of the rocks, holding a blaster in his hands. Rickard said that he was hunting areas, saw one through the glare of the sun and shot it. It is possible that Rickard may have shot KotOR accidentally and Handon may have found the body, but it seems a very unlikely explanation. It is more likely that at least one of them is lying. Yes, Master. Obviously one of these men is not telling us something. But where does the truth lie? What do I think? I think Rickard is lying about the sun flare. It was cloudy. There was no sun glare. Yes, very well done. Yes! It was very cloudy this morning. If it had happened as Rickard said, the sun would not have been visible at the time of the killing. You seem to have caught Rickard in a bit of a lie. It seems I was correct in assuming you could help me with this case. This lie doesn't prove Rickard is guilty, but I think you have taken the first step in unraveling this mystery. Scooby-Doo! Just another mystery to solve. You damn kids! We should proceed on to the next point. We have to find a motive for the killing. There always is one, I guess. If there is anything else you need, I will remain here until you question the witnesses. Let's start with this guy.
So, what do you want to know?
Did you know the victim?
Yeah, I knew him. Hell, we've known each other for a good long time. Doesn't mean I really have to have liked the slimeball. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him. Especially now that he's dead. We actually got along pretty well most of the time. We just had our differences. We were actually business partners. We were involved in some orbit-to-ground transport operations for Aerotech. Can I leave now? I should probably be the one to give the news to his wife.
I want to ask you something else.
So, what do you want to know?
Why would someone want to kill him?
You Jedi are so predictable, always seeing some greater purpose behind everything, when the simple answer is usually the right one. Can't you see that it must have been Handon? I found him standing over the damned body. I don't know why this is causing you so much trouble. You almost seem as lost as this Bolook guy.
Think he's the one that did it. I want to ask you something else.
So, what do you want to know?
Nothing more right now.
Right.
What about this Handon guy?
How can I be of further assistance?
Did you know the victim?
I knew him a little bit, but I was not any sort of great friend to him or anything. I never really associated with him that much. In truth, I didn't really want to. He had a reputation. Very inconsiderate of family, I heard. But merely having heard unkind things about someone wouldn't make me want to kill him.
No one says you killed him yet.
I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit agitated. Why must we remain here? Can't you see that Rickard must have shot him? How can I be of further assistance? I was taking my daily...
That's all for now.
Of course.
Guess you can help me, right?
Is there any other information you need?
What can you tell me about KotOR and Handon?
The Southwood speeder rental business has records that over the past several weeks, a speeder had been rented by Mr. Nettic and Mr. Gould. Is there any other information you need?
Hang on.
The Southwood speeder rental business has records that over the past several weeks, a speeder had been rented by Mr. Nettic and Mr.
He's
Gould.
lying!
Is there any other information you need?
They hate speeders. He likes to run. And this is good for someone thinking at 1 AM. Oh man. What can you tell me about KotOR and Rickard?
According to the municipal authorities near the Garang spaceport, there had been news of violent drunken activity in a cantina attached to the port. Apparently, a Mr. R. Lusoff was making accusations at a Mr. C. Nettic about cheating him in a business deal. Jedi Tuka was dispatched to the scene and restored order. Is there any other information you need? Very well.
So both of them are lying? This is just gonna get more and more complex.
So, what do you...
You thought KotOR was cheating you.
Now, I don't love Calder, but we go back a long way. We run a suborbital shipping and transport company out of Garang Spaceport. We've been partners in that business for well over 20 years, and we've been doing just fine the way we are.
You can't deny it, but there was bad blood between you.
Right.
Yeah.
So. Right.
How can I be of further...
You knew KotOR better than you admit. You rented a speeder with him.
But I realize this must seem like a motive to you, but I assure you it isn't. I dislike Calder, true. I would punch his face in, given the opportunity, but I would not kill him.
Punch his face in? Why?
My wife was cheating on me with him. I slept in my own bed while I was in the next room. But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce proceedings, not stalking him to kill him. Running is not a crime.
He's the one that did it, I think.
How can I be of further assistance?
Exactly. It's that number one.
Knock his block off, maybe, sure, but not kill him. Oh my. I hope you don't find that incriminating. You know, normally I'm not prone to outbursts like that, but Calder, Mr. Nettic, he was not a very nice person. Not a very nice person to me or my family. I had had my suspicions for several weeks, but had no proof until 2 days ago. It seems Calder was seeing my wife, right under my nose, no less.
Well, if you can't keep her, it's your own fault.
But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce proceedings,
Isn't
not
it repeating?
stalking him to kill him. Running is not a crime. How can I be of further assistance? Well, you see, Calder was involved in some pretty sordid business from time to time. More often than not, I've heard. Disreputable business practices, even more disreputable clients. I've even heard he had dealings with a hut. A hut here on Dantooine. Now, I bet you're wondering if I had any reasons to kill the man, but I tell you, I hardly knew him. I saw him once or twice, yes, and I've heard some pretty unkind things about him, but certainly nothing that would make me want to kill him.
You keep bringing that up.
I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit agitated. Of course.
Okay, my suspicion is on you so far.
So, what do you... Now, I don't love... So... Right.
I think that's it for this part.
Is there any other information?
Not in the recording. But, this part of the quest. This is damn long, I'll tell you that. I want to discuss the murder, part 2. Let's examine the relationship of each man with the victim. Handon told me he barely knew the victim. On the other hand, Rickard and the victim were business partners. However, according to Rickard, they got along quite well. On the surface, neither man seemed to have a motive for killing KotOR. Handon is lying. Why do you believe that? He knew his wife was cheating on him. You mustn't jump to any quick conclusions. Blaster. So I did pass. So I need to know about the blaster. I think he has them, but it's over here or something, right? The body of KotOR Nedic. He was apparently shot from behind with a blaster. So that would have been... What the hell? Who are you talking to? Yeah. Uh-oh. So it was somewhere over here? Oh no. Let's talk about the blasters. Rickard?
So, what do you want to know?
What about the weapon found by the body?
That blaster? Never seen it before. Calder himself had a preference for Echani weaponry. He had this one really nice light blaster rifle that he always used. Always wished I could get myself a rifle like the one he had.
Echanis make delicate weapons with too little firepower. Lightweight stuff, if you ask me.
That blaster ain't it, though. Calder only had the one rifle, too, so he either must have borrowed that, or it's someone else's.
I want to ask you something else.
So, what do you want to know?
That's for now.
Right.
Right. Left.
How can I be of further assistance?
What do you know about the weapon found by the body, Handon?
That blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never knew what happened to it. I hardly have enough money to afford a single blaster, let alone another. I can't tell you how important it is to have a weapon on hand with all these ravenous cath hounds around. Even an Irias can take a man down if it gets in the mood. Every settler has a weapon. It's our most prized possession. I would most appreciate it if I could have that back after you determine that Rickard is the killer. How can I be of further assistance?
Oh, I don't know what to do now.
Of course.
What do you have?
Is there any other...
Is there a report of Handon's blaster being stolen?
I am sorry, but I seem to be failing you. I have searched and searched, but I cannot seem to come up with anything at all. I thought to find the record of the missing weapon report Mr. Gould filed with the authorities, but there does not seem to be one. Is there any other information you need?
So he's probably lying. Tell me about the weapon found at the scene.
We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample, other than the fact it did not belong to KotOR. Is there any other information you need?
Okay. What do you think?
Yes, what's...
What do you know anything about this place, Koff?
Dantooine's a boring place. It's all plains and herders and small settlements. Perfect for the Jedi to lose themselves in, I guess. Well, that's all I can think of, at any rate.
Never mind.
You got it.
Yeah, Koff, you're always good. You're awesome, Koff. You're freaking awesome. Handon good.
How can I be of further assistance?
Oh, wrong guy,
Of
sorry.
course.
What was that
How
he
can I
just
be of
said? What was that?
Of course. Of course. Listen, if you need anything...
Oh, okay. Blaster is Handon's. He lied about it being stolen. So we've caught Handon in a lie. Interesting, but I think we may need one final piece of the puzzle. The jigsaw. 4-piece jigsaw. Nice. Acquire blood analysis. I guess this is the easy part.
Is there any other... I have just received back an analysis of a sample of the blood found on the weapon. It had been sent back to the Enclave just before you arrived. The blood on the weapon is definitely not KotOR's. Unfortunately, there was a bacterial contaminant in the sample that had been taken back to the laboratory.
Damn it.
And it had become degraded. We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample, other than the fact it did not belong to KotOR. Is there any other...
Okay.
So, what do you want to know? Now, we've been... Right.
Something about him.
How can I be of...
He's the one that killed him, I know it.
I was... How can I be of... Disrupt... Not certain. Not as... Yeah, I'd...
Well,
But, as much as I... It may have been my... I was just...
Well, now I'm stumped. Actually, the guy told me to retrieve the blood sample, which obviously failed because we don't know any more specifics. It didn't belong to the victim. So the blood must belong to one of the suspects, but which one? I don't know. I have a strong feeling it was Handon. He seems to keep on talking. He seems a little bit agitated, like outbursts. Like, you know, I'm gonna knock his head in. And like he's like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. It's gotta be Handon's blood. Why do you believe that?